Right then, welcome back to the production line video blog thing. This is number 24, I think, or not, I can't remember. There is a bug there. I thought I'd fixed that. It just jumped, didn't it? Everything just jumped. I thought I'd fixed that. It's just difficult. A minute you press record. Anyway, we have new music in the game, so I hope that the sound balance is okay. I've been fiddling with it. It's not quite the final music. Anyway, the build that you're looking at is 1.16, which I will probably release either tonight or tomorrow. And it's quite a big change. There's quite a lot of stuff in it. Normally got like 16 changes, and it's 23. Although that 23rd one, I think, just try that again. Pause everything and zoom in. There's a lot to talk about because we're putting new stuff. See that looks alright there, doesn't it? Anyway, loads of cool new stuff. Steam integration's in, but that won't make any difference yet 'cause it's not actually out on Steam. I'm working on integration with GOG as well. We have some new music. There was just like a repeating little 1-minute loop of music beforehand, and now there's a repeating 5-minute loop of music that's exclusive to the game, and there'll be more music coming as well. Although I need to tweak it a bit because there's some bits I don't like. So what else have we got? Oh yeah, I mean there's a load of little things. Oh yeah, that just has a click sound. That's not okay. That's irrelevant. We don't care about that. You go to save games. You can actually. Oh no, hang on. No. That's not it. No, ignore that. Stick with the program, Cliff. Let's talk about the really big, obvious thing. Okay. We have a new type of car. If we zoom in, you can see. Look, two types of car. This here is what we call a sedan, or Americans call a sedan. And this is an SUV. The SUVs have spoilers on at the moment, and there's a bit of debate back and forth about where you put a spoiler on an SUV, but if you Google it, they do put them on the top, and you think, why would you do that? Arguably, that's a spoiler, and this is like a spoiler. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So we have an SUV type. You can see them going the other way. So that red one there, well, in fact, those three are the SUVs. Yeah, let's just pick something. Let's pick that R&D. So you have two new car body types. So if I go into designs, you'll see I have the Positech Model A and I have the wonderful Positech Model S. You can see the difference more there, can't you? Eventually there will be different demands for these two different types. And there will be different overall sort of values for them and costs and stuff like that. Looks like we've just released a model with a new bit of tech. At the moment, that isn't the case. At the moment, it's purely visual. But, you know, that will come. So one of the things about putting that in... Yes. One of the things about putting that in is you need a way to control it. So if you go to the start of any production line, and that could be just like the chassis assemble thing, or it could be one of the broken down things, where you get to like a really sort of minor task. We've got a lot of new tech that is just going, yeah, emergency brake assist, that's why that keeps popping up. Which in my case would be here. I've got like 2 production lines running off. I've got quite a big factory going here. So if I click on one of those, you'll notice there's a new thing here, body style. If I click on something else, you won't see it. It's only at the very start. Yes. And there you can see it's SUV. So this is building SUVs at the moment, and I can change that. I could change it to sedan. But more excitingly, I can have a production schedule. And these loop round. So what happens at the moment is it builds 2 sedans, then it builds 2 SUVs, then it'll build, there you go, it's gone back to sedan. Then it'll build 2 SUVs, then sedans, whatever. So I could add a new thing saying, look, build 100 SUVs. So it'll go 2, 100, 2, 100, or whatever. And as we add new body types, you'll see more of them. And that's all saved and loaded and everything. So that's how you control them. The components that get added are the same. Where's a good way of showing this? What's that? Bumpers. Where's the roof? Roofy, roof, roof, roof. Here we go. So we're fitting the roof in. We're doing it to a sedan, and then we've got an SUV. So the roof component that you can see here, there's some roofs and there's some roofs with sunroofs. There's some roofs with sunroofs. Anyway, so the component is the same. It's just a roof. But obviously, if you fit it to the car, it'll look different depending on the design. So I think we are set up to add sunroofs, but not panoramic ones. So you can see they're like fairly small sunroof there. And here, you'll get the appropriate one for the car. And it finishes. I love watching robots. I thought it would be a bit too complicated if we had different components for each car. It would just be chaos. It wouldn't be fun. It'd be more realistic, but it wouldn't be fun. So that's one of the big new things that's in. We've got obviously a new car type. If you go here, you can look at the relative sales and income over time of each one. Interest. Yeah. So I think I need to make it more. Yes. Oh yes. I think I need to make it more obvious which line here is revenue and which line here, the blue is units and the red is revenue. Need to make that more obvious. So obviously that that's new there. So yeah, so we've got a new car type, and I'm very excited about it because it's great having new car types. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Okay, so that's one of the big things, and that took loads of grief to get done. Electric windows. Oh, go with next. I'm going to go with something that takes a while, so it doesn't bother me. Something that people ask for a lot. How much money have I got? I've got loads. Is this? I want to put down loads of research offices, and I hold down Shift. I can do that. You can do that with anything. So if you get used to building really big factories with loads of money, you might like that. Loads of people ask for that, so we put that in. You can delete custom maps now, which you couldn't before, without going into Windows Explorer. There's an icon for it. And also in the editor, you can edit the starting cache and the size of the game world. That's one new. I won't show you that. That's new in it. Oh, something else that's. In fact, I think I saw it down here, didn't I? Yeah, if there's upgrades that you haven't done, you get a little red new. Might not actually be new. It might have been there forever, but it's just it will draw your attention. So we've got everything there. We've got everything there, and it's quite handy for just spotting, thinking, see, I hadn't added these things or whatever. So that's new. Oh, we added a new tech, emergency brake assist. If I look in research, where it is now. I changed some of these icons to make stuff easier to find. So it should be a brake. There we go. So after anti-lock brakes, you have emergency brake assist. I had to look this up because I wasn't really sure what it is. But apparently, if you're going to crash and you slam your foot on the brakes, generally people don't hit them hard enough. So emergency brake assist is this thing where cars detect that, oh my god, he really meant to brake, or she. So they do some extra slamming of the brakes on for you automatically. So that requires sensors and stuff like that, and it's expensive. Something that I have done is I have changed the prices of a lot of features that are the default prices for the end customers. If I go here, I'm making tons of money now. You'll notice I'm selling loads of cars that are really expensive, which you won't have managed to do in an earlier version. So this car is almost $30,000. To be fair, it's got it's sold now. Let me freeze. So yeah, cruise control, lane departure warning, reversing camera, anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, pollen filter, Bluetooth, sat-nav, voice recognition. And of course, it's going to be $30,000. In the past, it wouldn't have been. One of the reasons for that is I let competition drive prices down too much. And one of the other reasons is I wasn't really taking into account the research costs for features as much as I should have done. So anyway, that's all changed now, and the prices will make a lot more sense, which means that that achievement that none of you can get, which is this one. No, it's not. Nonsense. This one. Sell 1,000 cars, price at $35,000 or higher in a single game. You can do that now. It's hard, but you can. You should be able to do that. So that's quite a big sort of balance change. Hopefully the balance is getting better each time. I have this huge spreadsheet that calculates everything. So, or a series of spreadsheets. So, for example, when we're working out the feature, let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go here, what's the market value of air conditioning? And we've got 1,381. It's actually probably higher than that, but because we've got competition, that price has been driven down. So people would pay more if we were the only, supplier, and we are charging a premium because we're not selling that many cars. Now, how do I get that price? That price is partly from the cost of the components. It's partly from the inconvenience and the kind of infrastructure required to deliver all of those components and keep the line moving. It's partly the employee cost and the extra power cost and the extra factory rental during the extra time it takes to fit air conditioning. It will also be some kind of like depreciated cost of the upgrade to install air conditioning. In this case, it's an entire slot. And there will also be a depreciation of the research cost in order to research air conditioning. So, in other words, I haven't made these values up. There's a lot of technical research that goes into this sort of thing. It's very difficult. There actually is. It's quite involved. So hopefully those values make a lot more sense now. There was some other stuff. Car stock feature data. Those values used to be completely wrong, and they're not anymore. So, I hope you're suitably impressed. Save games are a little bit smaller and faster to load. What else have we got? I'm sure there's going to be some really big things that I've forgotten. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there were some routing things. If you deleted importers or supply stockpiles, sometimes things will get a bit confused, and you'd look at somewhere like this and you'd sort of think, well, supposedly it's requested all this stuff, but I don't see anything heading towards it. That was just a bug that's fixed, frankly. I think that's it, but that's actually quite a lot, I think. If you're watching this video, I think, what the hell is this? This is Production Line. It's a game that's currently in alpha, and we're taking pre-orders, and you can play it. You can order it now. It's $13. It will cost more when it's in early access, and it's going into early access quite soon. We're just waiting on getting video done, basically, and then getting it approved. So, in terms of like what's going to be coming next, one of the things that I'm interested in is the research and development side of stuff. You'll notice if you play the game a lot and you have a big factory like this. See, this is too easy now. Too easy. Too easy. Balance is so hard. Anyway, you'll notice that you just can't sell cars fast enough. So you don't have many of these export slots here. So you end up like building a whole factory over where you can export. And we have an upgrade. You can upgrade to computerized sales. But what I think I might do is I might start adding some extra sales technologies and some extra slots, like an expedited sales regime or something, or a like a high throughput export facility and stuff like that, because I think it is needed. And although it's quite a big tech tree, but I love tech trees. I want it to be massively bigger. So I'd like to know what you think about that. Would that drive you nuts or not? For example, car alarm. You either got one or you haven't. Surely you should have, better car alarms or like immobilizers. Like immobilizers aren't a thing. Keyless entry is one. Like my car has keyless entry, but it also has just like no key at all. In other words, there's not a start button. there's just like an automatic start based on you being there. In other words, there's a load of technology in cars that isn't in the game yet, and I want to add it. But I also want to add a load more process stuff as well. Like we have 3 upgrades for the amount of robots, but I'd quite like sort of low energy robots. I'd quite like different varieties of robots that have like different priorities in terms of like sort of power draw and cost and stuff like that. I think there's a lot more that could go in the game in terms of customizing the way your factory runs to your style. Like at the moment, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a factory that just outputs as many cars as possible, and expensive cars as well. But you know, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to drive down the price of cars really low by being really efficient. I'm not being that efficient because look, my cars, a lot of them are stationary. That's, you know, that's no good. Or maybe you really want to concentrate on manufacturing components. We don't really have upgrades yet. So if I look here, so I would say that's almost a bug. It's not really a bug, it's just a rotation. We have robots working in manufacturing here. Most of the manufacturing slots in the game don't use robots. You can see them better there. I love the red robots, they're great. So I'd like to have a lot more upgrades along those lines. And I just want to know what people think about that. Also, paint. Metallic paint isn't in there. We could have different qualities of paint. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff we could do. Anyway, that's enough about it. I'm just excited because we've got new car models in there, and more car models will be coming. There's so much exciting stuff going in. I hope you are enjoying the game. Hopefully you agree that it gets better each time. We're still doing the whole voting thing on what I should work on next. Please vote if you buy the game at the main menu. Let's see if I can show you. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this here is where you vote on what I should do next. Sound effects, GUI, upgrades, manufacturing options, marketing. You know, what do you want me to do next? It's very helpful if you vote on that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. Jesus. Right. Thank you for watching. This is Production Line by Positech Games. We do these every week, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.